Jonah, welcome back. It's been a few weeks since you were last here on the Atomic AMA, and in that time, we've hit 230 million NFTs. There's been a raft of new games come along. Sort of games go from kind of the pre-beta into the betas. There's been art collections doing really well. It's been a really great couple of weeks for Atomic Hub.
Yeah, and it's good to be back. I saw my face, my very static face in the last AMA with just you giving the updates, which I think was a good video as well. But also good to be back. And yeah, you're right. A lot of things happened while I was gone. Well, I mean, I wasn't completely gone. I was still watching, of course.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of which, what have we been working on this week?
Well, I mean, a lot and nothing to release, which is always boring to say, but it's really like there's so many things being worked on and finalized at the same time right now. And I think
Yep.
we already had this like 2 months ago when we had a stretch where we didn't release anything, and then we just released a bunch in just like a matter of 1 or 2 weeks. And I think this is gonna happen again soon, where we just have so many new things like a friend system, lot of things that are being redesigned,
Mhm.
notification system that is in the works, social integration that is getting better, um, better trading. Just so many things that are being finalized now, which is cool to see for us internally. Not very interesting to see from the outside, but will all be released in due time, I guess.
Fantastic, and the teams continue to grow, which is fantastic to see as well. And that's all going to come together into creating a better platform for you guys. So in terms of what you just spoken about, the trading, the notifications, various bits and pieces of work on the website. Are there any updates to provide?
um, I don't think anything to share. I mean, obviously things are being worked on, but it's really a lot of like stuff in the background that isn't interesting to share, but it just means that we're moving along.
Mhm.
And so that's happening. And as you said, actually, like the new people joining our team, that's quite exciting as well. Just today we had three new people write in our Slack and say hello, introduce themselves. So that's I think that's a record for most people in one day. So that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I mean it's moving along nicely, and I really hope that I have some more exciting things to share in the upcoming AMAs.
Oh, I think we definitely will do, with everything that we're working on. Something else that we've been working on is sort of not a change, but sort of an addition to our whole kind of verification slash whitelisting process. Could you explain a bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. And so perhaps generally, sort of the whitelisting and verification process has been something that has evolved over time a lot. From the beginning, where it was just sort of very basic checks when everyone was still friendly, where you could just whitelist projects, could look at them quite thoroughly, and now where we obviously we're in a very different situation where we have lots and lots of applications, and also unfortunately bad actors joining the space that we need to filter out.
Mhm.
So we've already become a lot more so stringent with the rules and have done a lot more thorough checks. Part of that has been doing KYC checks for new whitelisted collections for the past few months. And what we will do soon is actually do proper KYB, so know your business checks for all the verified collections. So for the vast majority of verified collections, there's actually a business standing behind those collections, because obviously they're sort of more professional projects. There's often a business standing behind that, and
Mhm.
we've already done sort of manual checks of that, but
Yep.
very limited by the fact that we don't have like legal experts in every single country,
Yep.
and so it's been sort of um, some checks, but not the best ones. We
Mhm.
plan to do proper KYB checks for verified collections first of all, likely also for whitelisted collections that have a business standing behind them going forward. So this is something where we're actually not going to just do this for new verified collections, but also for collections that have already been verified. We will contact them again, to make sure that we sort of bring all the collections, all the verified collections, on the same level in terms of the checks that we've conducted on them. So this is something that's going to happen in the next few weeks.
Fantastic. And I think as a collector, that'd be great to hear. You know, we're putting more stringent checks in place makes the collectors at the end of the day safer. You know, they can put more trust into you know, into the projects that they decide to.
And on that,
invest.
I still want to just point out, of course, at the end of the day, you shouldn't trust us blindly. You should always do
Yes.
own research when you think about sort of joining some project or buying some of the NFTs. It's like
No,
we're
absolutely.
doing the best we can, but nothing beats doing your own research. So you should always do that. But at the same time, we want to keep our users as safe as we possibly can.
Absolutely. Do your own research is always the kind of the number one thing to keep in mind whenever you're doing anything in the NFT space. Well, I think that's everything for this week. So, Jonah, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again next week.
Thank you, John. Yeah, see you next week.